Welcome to Gillet's Gym. As you can see here, I'm basically showing you guys how to actually troubleshoot installation and find problems in your hard drive. As I learned the hard way, it was not the iTunes or the Windows update that screwed up my machine. It was actually my hard drive itself was just dying on me. It was a coincidence. When I rebooted, it just failed. And you see how I got the red screen of death, which basically means there's something wrong with the boot sector on the hard drive. Normally, it's a partition error or partition table problem, but it actually was the hard drive itself. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, even though you'll probably see videos before this, I'm going to be doing on my Mac. This is why you'll notice there's been a slowdown on my creation of videos. I literally had to take a store-bought copy of Windows 10 and then put it to a USB thumb drive, copy it to an ISO file on my Linux machine because, yeah, I tried to reformat it with a partitioning tool like GParted. I can't even get into that due to the EFI standard nowadays, which should be banned because your thing screws your system up that bad you can't even boot into the device, which is ridiculous. So now that this image file has been created, hopefully I can now copy this to a USB thumb drive on through my Mac, and then from there go to my Mac OS 10 machine, transfer it to a USB thumb drive, and then from there hook it back to this machine and finally get it up and running. So yeah, this is crazy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on the Mac, so let me go to boot camp, assistant. Hopefully this works. So all this is set up. So at this point, it's going to ask for ISO file. Right now, it's one on my USB drive. Driver I just created. So Windows 10, ISO, open. Destination files already created. So already selected. So now I hit continue. So it's going right over my Linux partition on there, and hopefully this will work. If it works, I already know. So now I'm on the same format, and then hopefully in the AM I can go ahead and continue the installation on for Windows 10, and it should work this time. So yeah guys, plug and pray to the extreme. Okay, I also found out that Windows PE also requires you to have Windows installed on your machine. So I found through the notes, in your BIOS you have to go to security, secure boot, and disable it, and that should actually let you install over Windows that already exists on your machine. Let me see if this works. Otherwise I'm gonna have to probably pay somebody to wipe my hard drive just to have Windows 10 to get installed on my machine. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, finally got GParted up and running on my machine, because Windows PE, like I just said, requires you to have a version of Windows already installed on your computer, and the Windows install CD that I copied to a USB still didn't have the partitioning tools on it, so I had to use a third-party tool to partition my hard drive. Seriously, Microsoft, you guys could use a dual-layered DVD and put PE on the same disk, or it's at 2 disks in the same package. You do realize that Windows Repair may break, and if it breaks, you just have to go through all of this just to get their system to reinstall Windows from scratch. Instead of having to go through all this rigmarole with EFI, you guys should have included a username password feature in the Windows installation. So therefore, you type in your Windows username and password, and if it's valid, you can then reformat partition in the hard drive. And if it's not valid, then it should automatically, if it's not valid, then it should kick you out. However, if it's so mucked up to the point you can't find a username and password, then it should let you repartition and reformat regardless, because your system is that screwed up, you can't recover it, you can't save it, so therefore, your security feature is useless at that point. And not to mention that somebody is wiping all the data off the hard drive anyway. How is that making it more secure? Okay, let me stop ranting right now because I'm trying to keep files on this channel, but seriously, this is ridiculous. The fact that I had to go through all this trouble to, number one, turn off secure boot, and then use a third-party partition to partition the hard drive because there's a super buggy feature in Windows 10 when you try to install this stuff. So I'm gonna let this run and I'll get back with you guys later on. Alright, I think the safe thing to do right now would be don't touch anything, so I'll keep it, like I said, this is GParted. Let me hit enter. Asking for a language and be focused. Of course, I'm going to choose English. Sorry, US English. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, one thing you may have missed was, oh yeah, one thing you did miss was I actually selected pretty much going to VJ mode, so it picks the most basic drivers because sometimes it won't load it properly. So now it's actually doing the whole scan process of all available drives. So from here I should be able to finally partition my hard drive and then finally install Windows, and I had to use a Linux Debian disk to do it. Okay, Apple, I guess, like I said earlier, you guys are off the hook because it is a hardware problem. However, Microsoft, serious of the fact that I had to go through all this just to find out there's a hardware problem is freaking ridiculous. The fact that I had to actually copy it to a USB thumb drive. But first I had to copy it to a hard drive on a functional machine and copy it to a USB drive, then disable secure boot, then install a third-party partitioning tool, and then finally find out that it's a hardware problem because Windows 10 does not have any tools to detect these type of issues. It is ridiculous. Okay, actually I know I screwed something else up. Create partition table. I shouldn't have done MS-DOS, should be GPT, duh. That was my fault. Let me hit apply and let's go. Okay guys, I made sure this time I did the GPT, which I'm supposed to do. And likewise, guess what? Got the error message again. So at this point, it basically means it's a hardware failure. So if you get to this point with GPT, and then this happens, your hardware itself is crashed. So yeah, looks like I was kind of wrong for going off on Apple and Microsoft earlier. Well, mostly Apple, because it turns out it was just a coincidence, because who knows, it could have just been like anything could have caused a hard drive failure. It just whole happened that it decided, hey, the puke the minute I rebooted the machine after that reboot or that restart. So yeah, this is the end of the actual video itself. Alright guys, I'm about to shut this boy down for real this time. Haul to Market Center later on, and then just go ahead and see if they can fix it. If not, they owe me a new machine, period. I'm not even gonna worry about this at this point because I can still do my video editing on my Mac as well as my Linux machine. Alright guys, peace out.